his smile looked like the skyline of Dresden the morning after the bombing. If you look closely at his teeth, you could see what's his name, Kurt Vonnegut walking around scratching his head.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Hey guys, to keep them happy, Chewy has over 100,000 products from all the brands our pets love.
I know.
At the prices we love. Food, treats, beds, you name it. They have it all.
Yes.
Get it shipped directly to your door in 1 to 2 days. And not just for dogs and cats, but fish, reptiles, and more. Chewy has everything you need to keep your pet happy and healthy. Like I said, I know I use Chewy. And right now, you can save $20 on your first order and get free shipping. Go to chewy.com/DPT.
That's chewy.com/DPT to save $20 on your first order with free shipping. Chewy.com/DPT. Minimum purchase required. New customers only. Terms and conditions apply. See site for complete details.
Hey, Townies, welcome to another episode of Dumb People Town. Population you.
Population Gould.
Dana effing Gould.
Hi, buddy.
America's
how are you?
sweetheart. So good to have you here. My goddamn neighbor. One of the
Indeed.
greatest people to ever do it, and today is his last day in the industry. He is leaving.
Every day it's my last day.
Every day feels like my last day.
It certainly does. It certainly
Well,
does.
I'm so happy you're here. You have a new special out that we'll talk about later.
It is so funny.
Every
you're
clip
crying.
I see, I lose my mind. I love because it is stand-up that we've seen you working on. But we'll get to it later. We've got dumb to deal with, Dana.
Is there any dumb in this country?
It turns out there's some dumb. In this
Doing
country. This story sent in to me by Brew Pounder at Brew Pounder.
Love a good brew pounder.
Same. Wasn't she
Brew
on the
Pounder
Shield? Was on the Shield. CCH Brew Pounder.
Well, of Dr. and Mrs. Brew Pounder.
Damn it, touch.
Dr. Brew Pounder. All right, here we go.
Here's the
Also a Boston. I mean, I know you're from Boston.
Brew Pounder.
Brew Pounder.
Brew Pounder.
Here we go. A Tesla Cybertruck owner says
That's
lost.
okay, that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
Just says anything.
Says
shut
anything.
up.
Shut
Your
up.
response should be shut the
up.
F up. No. A Tesla Cybertruck owner says he lost, and I'm not going to tell you how much money because we'll guess later, in business deals because he drives a Cybertruck. Ads.
That is not the reason.
This is the headline. Ads. This is all in the headline. Quote, I'm in a dilemma. I'm losing a lot of customers, but I love my Cybertruck. Well, you got to choose one. It's Sophie's choice.
You don't have a problem. You made a decision. That's the thing. It's like
You made a problem.
It's like people are like, oh, you can't say anything. You can't do anything. No, you can
can't
say
say
anything.
anything.
Do anything.
You can say anything and you can do anything, but you have to deal with the consequences.
Or you work at a company.
Or, it's the Warhol quote, you have to be good enough to get away with it.
Yeah.
Which is, and
you have to be able
Jocelyn
to
quoted
get away
that
with
too.
it. Yeah.
Can you get away with
Right.
the thing?
Yeah, the art is in the way that you get people to allow you to do
Who
it.
go, I shouldn't be laughing at that, but it's funny. Versus, like, I'm not going to laugh at that because it's obvious there's no joke
Me,
there.
right.
You really
Yeah.
feel that
It's
way.
me.
Wait, read that sentence again. The one that he says, or the thing.
I'm in a dilemma. I'm losing a lot of customers, but I love my Cybertruck.
That sounds like the worst title for a young adult novel. I'm in a dilemma. I'm losing a lot of customers, but I love my Cybertruck.
Or a Morgan Waller song.
Morgan Waller. Don't ever correct.
Is it Wallin?
Who cares?
Waller.
I love Waller.
It is. You watch like a terrible movie and you think, how did they look at this and go, yep, it's good to go.
Right. Is this the headline?
But
All right.
it's the same with the Cybertrucks. It's just like they looked at that and went, nope, it's done.
Right.
Don't change anything.
Right.
Who did this?
Yeah.
And then a 6-year-old raises his
The
hand.
Jawa,
All right.
the Jawa transport. That's what people want.
That's what they want. By the way, I've been getting so many across our social media feed, people's homemade Cybertrucks, but on like small, like someone in like a little moped with the Cybertruck thing out of it, and it's like, I mean,
It's funny.
It is funny when you
Sure.
put Mexican music underneath it. It makes me laugh every time. It's funny. Okay, Yoni Menaker is the owner of Blue Angel Roofing. Yeah. In Atlanta, and he says he's losing on a
Not to be confused with Blue Angel Roofies, which is a pharmaceutical company.
which are roofies, the Blue Angels who do flying shows.
exactly,
When
yeah.
they drop them down. When they meet women, they give them
drop
up.
them.
All right, here we go.
Have a BAR.
That's so funny.
Who'd you call to take care of your roof? BR, also called to take care. Oh, there we go. He's losing a lot of customers because he drives a Cybertruck. Yoni shares
that his company's page is flooded with negative reviews and ads that he's lost. Let's guess now. How much money is he losing, according to him?
Roofing money?
Has he lost only in last month?
Okay,
in last month.
In deals.
I mean, well, your average
Roofing
roofing
deals.
job is around 10K.
I just have a number.
Yeah.
40 grand.
40 grand.
I would say he's lost 5 customers. I'll call it 50.
So my friend just had to have his roof redone just
Yeah.
because of all the weather and wind blew it off. It was like $25K. Now
Yeah, I
that
guess
might
it
just be an
depends on
LA thing, but I think
Yeah, I'm
Atlanta's
going on
probably
Rochelle
something too.
prices.
I think he's saying he's lost $100,000. This guy's
Yeah.
he's you know.
Yeah, deals.
But also,
Right.
Multiple
we all
deals.
know. I'm sure the Cybertruck isn't helping, but it's that age old. Like, do you become a dick when you buy a Mustang, or
Right.
does the Mustang make you a dick?
Mm-hmm.
And so, like,
I'm ready to get a Mustang.
so right, I'm talking new,
Obviously.
not great older, but or I'm not even talking Mach. I'm just talking a Mustang.
You want the electric one, right?
I
Yeah,
do
the Mach.
so
Those
bad.
are great.
Yeah.
But my thing is like he was the person he has been,
Right.
and when you do roofing, it all comes down to reviews and referrals and stuff
Right.
like that.
Yeah.
So he
Also,
was,
like, who cares?
he
what
was
his
due to
personality-
lose a lot of money. I'm guessing. Anyway.
You don't want those clients. Like, who cares who you are
That's true,
as a
yeah.
roofer? Are you
Right.
gonna
All right,
roof?
so-
Are you gonna roof his house in a racist
I had a
way?
they flew a drone over my house, and someone flew a drone, my
Uh-huh.
insurance company, and they were like, "Oh, there's some patches under your roof. You're no longer insured by our company for our homeowners."
No
insurance."
shit.
Yeah, that's what they're starting to do. And so, because of some rain, some gravel had fallen off, so we had to go call roofers and bring them over. And my wife caught the guy who was out like running the drone. She walked outside. She's like, "What are you doing?"
Well, I
the
hope
guy
he
like
just-
collected his drone and just left. Didn't tell her what he was
Why
doing.
wouldn't he just say? It's like, this is how we assess roofs now.
That's right.
I mean,
Because she like came at him. with,
I know,
like,
but I'm saying from his
anger.
point of view to go like, oh, this is a way better and safer
And
way
then
to
she
look at
saw
your
that
roof.
he
He
was
gets into a Cybertruck and
she's
drives
like,
away.
I knew it.
I said 50,
50,
100.
40,
Yeah.
$70,000.
Okay, we were all around
Right.
it a little bit.
but he's also overestimated.
Well, probably.
Yeah.
So
And he can afford a Cybertruck.
right,
Yeah.
which is $100,000.
Sell your Cybertruck.
So you just lost $100,000 in deals and getting a car. All right, Yoni says the customers who terminated the roofing contract specifically told him that the issue was that he drove a Cybertruck.
I think that's funny to me. I mean, look, I never want to have someone.
You're a
lose-
great roofer, but I don't.
I
like
love
your
everything
truck.
you do, but just so like.
But you have an entire bit about getting judged on the car that you're in.
I did,
right?
yes.
And so like, what if he won this in a raffle and he's like, all right, I'll take it. Now, like, what did you have, a Camaro?
So I had to.
This was already like
It's an
12
old
years
bit
ago.
that I.
What was the bit?
the
He
bit?
lost
Was I
his
was
tooth.
at Patton's house at a party and I bit down on a date, and there was a pit in there that I didn't realize, and it cracked my tooth down to the root.
You said bit down on a date, and for a second I thought a woman you were dating.
Bit down on a
Marv
woman I
Albert
was
style.
dating. Right. So I bit down on
Army hammers
Yes.
on the show.
Folks.
Yeah, finger foods. And so I bit down on it, I cracked my tooth to the root, and I had to remove it. So I was missing a tooth like right here. And that same week, Amy was driving down our narrow street and knocked the mirror off of our Prius. And I had to go
Brag.
get a rental car, and the only thing they had was a white Camaro convertible.
But
Excuse me, black Camaro convertible.
And it didn't have a cup holder.
No cup holder, and I had the coffee between my legs that I was driving, and I didn't realize how powerful this car
Right.
was. Took a thing, spilled it all over my shirt, literally all over the white T-shirt I had. So it looked just
You're missing
disgusting.
a tooth, covered in coffee.
Took my shirt off, and I was like, okay, now I'm driving and I didn't know how to get the top up on the convertible. So I'm a shirtless, toothless guy driving a Camaro around.
You felt judged.
I did. I was like, you don't know who I am.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So then the joke is that I would become the most liberal redneck.
left-wing
ever.
redneck.
Left-wing redneck.
It's, it's the. I'm assuming that everybody who owns a Cybertruck just has like a photo of their old Humvee.
Well, it is
So
the
funny.
same
It's just the same
family.
thing.
So
yeah,
funny.
it's same, and they're making electric Hummers too. You know that, right? Okay, here we go. Clearly, Yoni doesn't want his
If I had
company.
an electric Hummer, I'd never leave the house.
Hey-o. Got a great show tonight, folks.
Hey,
Peaches and Herb are here.
are they both? Are they together? Are they both alive? Clearly, Yoni doesn't want his company to suffer. He says he's in a dilemma because he also loves his Cybertruck and doesn't want to let it go. So
drive a different car to the.
if you
job
lost
site, if you ca-
70,000 in deals,
drive a different.
here's what I would
I'd go get
say:
a Dodge.
spend $20,000 on a used Ford F-150.
That's it.
Make
Drive
that your work truck. Drive your Cybertruck around town. Don't show up at a job site in a
Yeah.
Cybertruck.
I also don't believe anyone loves their Cybertruck.
You can't love.
I don't think that they're I don't.
Have any of us been in one? None
I
of us
think
have
they
been in
were.
one.
I
Have you
think
ridden
they
in one?
don't want to admit they bought a terrible vehicle.
You're right
Or,
with you.
you know, I also think like there's no way people are seeing this guy around town not driving to a work. If someone pulled up in his Cybertruck and they were going to do my roof, I'd be like, this person does not make good decisions.
Right.
So it's really about his decision making and not about.
Or they're making too much money.
Or they're charging too much.
Charging too much.
I remember in the the mid '90s.
Yeah. If you can afford a Cybertruck, you're overcharging.
Yeah,
They're
That's it.
overcharging.
But I remember in the mid '90s when the Escalade truck came out.
Sure.
And I
Yeah.
was like, being from a small farm town in Illinois, I was always like, who the hell is this for? Nobody wants you to throw anything back there.
Right.
This is the next. Like, if somebody pulled up in a Cybertruck, I'd be like, so you own the business, but you don't do any work.
Yeah,
Right.
because you can't fit anything in the bed of that truck because it has
Nor
a
would you-
roof.
yeah.
There's no
Yeah.
tool thing that gets locked in on the side.
And nobody's gonna be like, oh, just throw all that gravel in my Cybertruck.
Oh, by the way, trucks today are like incredible. Like they have compartments that you can lock that are
dude,
all built
the
in. Like
F-150 Lightning.
All
Feel
right,
free
if
to
someone
sponsor
showed
us.
up in a Rivian, now that's an electric truck.
Yeah, but that
flatbed
feels
truck.
a little bit more.
would
I
that,
mean,
would
would
that
that-
upset people?
Would that make them as mad
so
as
how much of this is
No.
about
Elon Musk?
That's really
I think a lot of it has to do with Elon Musk in a city like Atlanta. Here we go. The conflicted Cybertruck owner shared his story on Cybertruck Owners Only.
That's
on
another
Facebook.
problem.
that is Cybertruck owners only.
Is that like farmers?
Farmersonly.com.
Here's what he wrote. I have a dilemma. I have started to lose customers because I drive a Cybertruck. I also received some bad reviews in the past, and I'm not sure what to do. I love this truck, and it's the best truck I've ever had. Can he write? Like, he writes the shortest sentences
Yeah.
ever. All right.
Yeah.
But last month, we lost around $70K in deals, and the customers said it was because I drove a Cybertruck. Any suggestions? I'm in Atlanta.
He's the Hemingway of Cybertruck owners.
I mean, if this guy literally can't
Son also
figure out
rises
how
on
to
this
recoup
Cybertruck.
business or prevent losing it based on this very A plus B problem,
Right.
His business is doomed anyway.
Also, he threw in, I got some bad reviews. He just threw it
I
in
got the
there.
bad
That
reviews.
was-
I don't know if that has to do with
Yeah.
Cybertruck. I mean, one of them was a bunch of them were from 8 years ago.
About my roofing.
Right.
But still.
Right.
No, but it is one of those things where your kid, like, if your kid is ever eating something and they're like, I feel sick, and you're like, well, take the candy out of your mouth. Like, stop eating the thing. And they're
Right.
like, but I don't want to.
But I don't want to.
I like the.
So then
You're
be-
like, yeah, but that's what's making you sick. You
Right.
had 5 pieces of pizza. Don't
Be
take the
sick.
piece that's in your hand and take it out of your mouth.
Now you're queuing me up to tell one of my many Geechee guy stories.
Oh, there we go. Geechee
For
guy
those who don't know, the Geechee guy
was a Star Search phenomenon comedian. Really, that's where he
Yes.
he was kind of like came up in the time of like I would say emo Phillips.
Yeah,
but
80. It was the mid 80s. What's your character? It was like
Right.
because of it started with Stephen Wright, who is not a character.
No,
that's Stephen.
that's Stephen Wright.
But everybody was like, and then you get like Dr. Don, like everybody, you know,
And
you
even Dice. Like, it was
got
a-
Dice.
yeah.
You got some good comedians came out of that.
Yes.
Emo, Judy Tenuta,
course,
Bobcat,
yes.
and then a lot of like Pete Panther Man Peters. You know, it's a lot of whatever. And
Geechee
Geechee
guy.
was one of those guys. And
Right.
Driving to
What's the name?
Geechee guy.
I mean,
And he got
if you told me this was a modern day, like, huge hip hop rapper,
sure
Geechee guy.
I'd be like, oh, you haven't heard that
It's like
Geechee
Gucci
guy?
Mane.
Yes.
got
Gucci gang.
Letterman.
He did.
And
He
they
got
said-
Letterman.
He got Letterman, and they said, "But Dave won't say Geechee Guy. We need your regular name." And he went, "It's Geechee Guy. I'm not going to do." And he didn't do Letterman.
What?
Which commitment to the bit?
Stood on
Are
principle.
you
Yeah.
serious?
Yeah.
That's odd, though,
So-
that Dave wouldn't say it. I mean, I don't know the person that we're
Yeah.
talking about, but if
Well,
it's
I just
Geechee
don't
Guy,
think he
isn't it
wanted to
Geechee
go.
Guy?
Well, he would say Bob Goldthwait. He wouldn't say.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that either. Okay, sorry.
But also,
No.
who cares? Like, no one's
Yeah.
going to remember how you're introduced.
So,
What a dumb hill to die on.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, for real, and literally die.
But here's the story. So to what you were talking about, the
Yeah.
candy. We had a gig in like Reno, Nevada, and in San Francisco. We were both in San Francisco, and I go to pick him up to drive him, and Geechee's teeth were Jurassic.
Geechee's
they were-
Teeth is
they-
like the name
yeah,
of like a
Geechee's
Steely Dan
Teeth.
album that we've never.
but it's great.
Geechee's teeth. Somebody write that down. But his smile looked like the skyline of Dresden the morning after the bombing. If you look closely at his teeth, you know, you could see what's his name, Kurt Vonnegut walking around scratching his head.
Right.
It's like the site from 9/11 after it happened.
Yeah,
like
yeah, just smoking wreckage and debris.
Right. Craters.
And he's got a bag of candy, like those Kraft fudgies and stuff. And he's literally going, ow, ow, ow. Ow, ow. I'm going, what are you doing? Because it hurts my teeth. The nerve. I'm like, stop eating it.
Stop eating it.
I can't.
Ow. And oddly, he died.
He died. He did die.
And I think he died from like
Candy
Sugar.
inundation.
or some. It said like he did not take good care of himself.
No.
Oh, God. You were watching it happen in real time.
Yeah.
He geeched.
All right. Below his
Geeched.
post.
Eat his teeth.
Throw out your geechy teeth and see how they roll. All right. Yoni shared a screenshot of a review left on his company page. It says Blue Angel Roofing, and the reviewer goes on to write, I'm just going to say, if a roofing company has a Cybertruck, maybe reconsider using them as your roofer.
Okay, so I think, but we don't know why. Like,
Right.
is it because they charge too much and all that other stuff?
The reviewer also added a picture of Yoni's Cybertruck showing the Blue Angels roofing logo plastered all over it. So he's using it for
As the thing.
advertising
Yeah, yeah.
as well.
That
Fine.
might be it, too.
Yeah, it's also annoying to look at.
Right. This suggestion is that Yoni is driving a Cybertruck not only for personal use, but also as a work truck, taking it to his roofing site. It appears that some people were so unhappy with the roofing company's use of a Cybertruck, they decided to go with another company. So this is a surprising turn of events. When Cybertruck started deliveries back in 2023, businesses were excited to use their logos on them. They were saying this was a common thing.
Right. It was one of those things where there's a lot of
Check that
surface area. It's basically like a
Yeah.
metal wall.
Yeah, it's just 9 flat panels.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
That's right. However, fast forward a little more than a year, and the Cybertruck has become a very divisive vehicle because Elon Musk is
Yeah,
divisive.
because it chose to have a political alignment.
Correct.
right.
That's it. Had he not put his foot in the ring so hardcore,
Yeah.
half of this country wouldn't be like, F that truck.
Yeah.
No one would think anything of it.
Right.
I think people would think it looks stupid.
People would think it looks stupid,
Yeah.
but I don't think they would be like, I don't want to do business
It wouldn't be
with that.
as charged.
Right.
Some Cybertruck owners, such as Zach from Jerry Rig Everything's YouTube
Not
channel.
Zach.
You know Zach from Jerry Rig Everything's
YouTube channel. How
bought-
do they get that YouTube channel up?
I don't know. They bought a Cybertruck as an advertising billboard. Now Zach says he'll be selling not only his Cybertruck but all of his Tesla products before the end of the year.
Okay.
Zach is?
You know,
Zach.
Mrs. Gould bought a Tesla,
Okay,
and now doesn't want to because it's just
it happens.
affiliation.
but they have been driven so down in value.
That they're actually a good deal now.
But she's underwater on it.
Right. So
Right.
I'm leasing one right now, and I'm like, I just don't want the trouble of, it's like, actually, it's a great car, but I'm like, I don't want even the trouble.
But yeah, like it's now not worth as much as she owes on it.
Crazy.
God damn, Elon Musk
She should go
loyalists-
into roofing.
She should. Will argue that they're
She's full of roofies.
She-
I didn't think she married me.
Blue Angel.
They're
Blue Angel.
blue in the face that Musk, that I don't know why they said that,
Blue
is
in the
not
face.
harming Tesla's brand. However, based on experience of Tesla and Cybertruck owners in the real world, that argument is becoming increasingly difficult to make. In the past few days, we've covered the story of a Cybertruck owner who says he was punched in the face simply for driving a Cybertruck.
Well,
I hope that's not true. I feel like it isn't true.
you feel like it is true or
No,
it isn't?
It is not.
You don't think so?
I hope it's not true, and I feel like that's not the reason.
I
he got
did
punched in the
see.
face.
We can swear on this. Right?
Yeah,
of course.
I did see a video of somebody. I mean, it looked real.
Sure.
Of a guy was in his Cybertruck. It was parked, and he was on the phone. And a guy snuck up, filming himself, spray painted the dick and balls on the other side of the truck, and took off.
And left.
He,
Like, that's the problem with too much surface area.
yeah.
You got so much that you're inviting it to happen. After this incident, the Cybertruck owner says, this is kind of interesting. I did read the article on this. It's not. It's
That helps.
This guy says he was punched in the face for having the Cybertruck, which not cool. And then he was like, I was like, okay, well, maybe that's not fair. I feel bad for you. Then he says now he leaves $1 on the dash or on the windshield of every Cybertruck owner just to spread love to Cybertruck owners because he got hate. And then in the story, he was like, yeah, I got punched in the face by some Mexican dude.
All right.
And I was like, well, maybe
All right.
just by
See?
Yeah.
But he said, I'm
And you
also
just
Mexican.
cut to him, and he's wearing like a "fuck Mexicans" t-shirt.
Exactly.
Yeah, I parked my
Send him
Cybertruck.
back. Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Why would a Mexican
I leave $1 in pennies.
round him up was all I had on my shirt
Yeah,
in
exactly.
Spanish? Why is that?
Yeah.
I leave $1 in coins.
Another-
right on the windshield of every.
Another retired Cybertruck owner said that a guy with a lifted Ford F-150 Guy with a lifted Ford
You know.
F-350
Whoa.
came at him. F-350 came at him with his fists balled and ready to fight simply because of his Cybertruck. The owner of
Who wants that?
owner of a golden Cybertruck also shared that his wife, and his children face constant hostility.
That's what
because
happens
they
when
drive a Cybertruck. I think it's because it's gold.
Yeah,
Right.
I think it's because you drive a giant dildo.
Right.
Giving
giant-
someone a golden Cybertruck is
That should be a sexual move.
Yeah.
Like pooping on their
Just being
in
in
their
a
bed.
Golden Cybertruck.
golden
actually,
Cybertruck.
is a
That is a
It is.
sexual move.
Adds that because of the harassment, his wife now refuses to drive the Cybertruck altogether.
Okay.
She will
Yeah,
not drive it.
So she's
and
a
the
sensible
pain and
lady.
anguish that causes. In
You
his
don't need the
relationship.
trouble.
Overall, it's interesting to see all the challenges Cybertruck owners are facing in the real world. Please let me know what you think in the comments. And then a bunch of people added all their thoughts in this thing. But I don't know how I feel about this guy. I don't know if I feel bad for him, but I think that maybe just get a new truck for
That's
work.
it. Especially again, you do so many things for your job to make your business better. I'm sure you advertise, you do all these other things. This is another thing you have to do to make your business better. Are you nice to clients? Do you follow up with phone calls and stuff? Why would you want
as comedians, if we were Randy and I were we're just gonna at the beginning of every act just say the N-word 80 times. And then we'd be I don't understand why people aren't.
Our comedy's great.
Our comedy's great. Why are people leaving our shows early? I love saying that, though, so we're not going to
You'd
stop
actually
saying it.
get a giant new audience.
Yeah,
you might not want them.
You're doing great.
Well, I was just gonna say, it's so odd. This just happened to me last week. I posted on Threads a mild rebuke of Chuck Schumer, because I want him to do better.
Right.
And when King Kong is on top of the Empire State Building, you get a plane and you shoot him down. That is not the time for. We're disappointed in Kong's decision to climb the building. Within an hour, 2 hours, my Facebook, because it's all the same thing.
Sure.
Right.
Was
Flooded.
full of these suggested reels based on your activity. All Democrats are communist. It's
Yes.
we noticed you made a mild joke about Chuck Schumer. Would you like to commemorate January 6th with this canister of freedom mace?
And now you drive a Cybertruck, which is the amazing.
No, but it's so true.
The point is that they have a business of filling people with hatred and anger and vitriol is their business.
That's right.
And it's not healthy. And a lot of these people that are so jacked up, they've been fed all of this.
Big time.
Yeah. And it's also, there's no, everything is immediately 1,000%. We noticed you bought frozen berries. Would you like to surgically become a bear? That's it.
No. That's it.
That's it. Are you a
Or you have a conversation about something with. This is when I get freaked out. When we're hanging with
and then
friends,
it shows up on the
and then it
thing.
shows up on your feed.
Yeah, that's
we're
creepy
having a
as shit.
conversation about God damn, I would love to see Steely Dan in concert, and then all of a sudden in my feed,
Yeah, no, that's creepy
it's
as shit.
they're coming and this commemorative
How
album.
did
You're
they not hear
How
that?
do you?
How did they not?
How do you know?
So this is what I'll wrap this up. Well, then we'll take a break. We'll come back and talk about Dana's special. Is that I personally, after hearing this whole story, I'm you should be able to drive your Cybertruck. This is a free country. You should be able to
I
drive
agree
it.
with you.
100%.
And you can drive it. And if you love it, then God bless you and go drive it. It's your choice. I just said I would go from getting a Tesla to a Ford. So I went from one anti-Semite to one of the greatest anti-Semites of all time. So everybody who runs every company is a piece of shit. That's just the way it goes. That's how it goes.
Sure.
So there is no slippery slope. He should be able to. But if you run a business, you have to know what is out in the world. So you can't complain about it. Is what I'm saying. It's a bummer, but you can't complain about it. I wish it were different. Get a Ford F-150.
Co-sign.
Let's take a break. We come back and talk about Dana's thing. I have a great little story.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Guys, if you're a pet parent like me, then you know about Chewy. And when they say they have everything to keep your pet happy and healthy, they're not messing around,
Nope.
Dan.
No, to keep your pets healthy, Chewy has over 100,000 products
Yes.
from all the brands that your pets do love and prices that you're going to love too. Food, treats, beds, you name it, they have it. And it
Yes.
gets shipped directly to your door in 1 to 2 days, not just for dogs and cats, birds, fish, reptiles, more. And also, you love this, Chewy's auto ship feature.
Yeah.
You don't ever get that your dog looking at you being like, you know how
I'm
you look at
hungry.
your dog and you're like, I'm disappointed by you and I need you to know this.
They're
That's
like,
when they do that to you.
I'm hungry and I need my
because
food.
you forgot. You can set up reoccurring shipments. You have all the essentials that you ever need, so you're never running out, and you can change or cancel your auto ship at any time. That order is so easy to change. It's super convenient. One less thing that you have to worry about. Just keep loving your pet.
I can tell you from personal experience, we do the auto ship for the food. It comes and it's like one less thing I have to worry about.
Yep.
It is perfect. I just found Amy and I just found 2 nylon bones for our 2 dogs that we got from Chewy, and I forgot where they were, and we cleaned out the garage, and we found them. They're the happiest. It's like we just get, and it's so funny because one is Ziggy's color and one is Ponyo's color, and they both like the opposite.
The opposite one.
Awesome.
So,
But
it
when
is
they're laying down and they're just crunching and you hear the
on
sound
bone.
of the crunching
it's
of the bone.
pure happiness, and I say thank you, Chewy. Thank
you
you
go.
for making my pet so happy.
All right, so Chewy has everything you need to keep your pet happy and healthy, and right now you can save $20 on your first order and get free shipping by going to chewy.com/DPT. That's chewy.com/DPT to save $20 on your first order with free shipping. Chewy.com/DPT. Minimum purchase required. New customers only. Terms and conditions apply. See site for complete details.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Dana Gould is with us. Before we get into Dana's special, which I'm very excited about, Jay, we should let people know where we're going to be. All this stuff, we have a lot of touring and great stuff coming up in the month of March and the month of April. You want to do it or do you want me to?
Sure. We're going to be in Aspen, Colorado for what I believe to be the Aspen Comedy Festival.
I think it
I
is.
think it's happening again. I don't know. We're at the Wheeler Opera House. Remember
Oh,
that
good
place?
for you. Yeah,
So
I
that's
love the Wheeler
we're there on March 12th. Then the 13th through the 15th, we're in Detroit. Mark Ridley's Comedy Castle. It's a giant room. Let's fill it with our people. It's
We had
so
a
much
really
fun.
good week last year there. I want to kind of duplicate that. Then the
A
next
week later, we're in Minneapolis at Acme Comedy Club. Just one of the
One of my
best.
favorites.
One of
the
our
best.
favorites.
2 weeks later, we're at Comedy Works in Denver, the South Club, which we really love. We've been done
It's
a
like
great
a little
job out
theater.
there.
It's incredible.
April 3rd through the 5th, and then we're going to Moon Tower,
Which Dana will be at as well.
I'll be
which
at
we'll
Moon
see you in Moon
Always
Tower
love
and hang
seeing
out
you
for
down.
that. So
And we always go get a coffee together right when we get
We
out.
get a coffee guy. I believe Dr. Z is going to be at.
Oh,
Fantastic.
Dr. Z,
Fantastic.
maybe Dr. Z will do a tag it. If it's possible.
No, we
I'll
don't want
talk
to
to
make
him.
him put it.
I'll talk to him.
You talk
We'll
to
see what
Dr.
he
Z.
He's very busy.
I know he's very busy. We'll figure that out. So all that is at supersclars.com.
He's also doing, I know, but he's down there. He's also doing 12 Angry Men with Jamie Farr and the Globetrotters.
Oh, so cool. And it's animated, right? Live action animated. So we're so all that stuff plus tag it's every month, which you did tag it up at Moon Tower, and it was just a
so
blast
fun.
of a blast.
So fun.
So I know we have one on April 23rd, I believe.
March 6th.
April 23rd and beyond. So all right, shall we jump?
Oh, well,
before we get
it's
into Dana.
So
talk
the
about
new
special.
special is so funny. Every clip I see, I am loving. The
Looks beautiful. Where'd you shoot it?
Shot it at Dynasty Typewriter.
Looks
amazing.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it looks great. It was produced by Jack Vaughn, directed by Charlie Fonville, who also worked on Joyride with me and Bobcat.
Which I love that special too. I recently watched that. I thought
Yeah.
you guys were incredible together. I loved immediately how your 2 personas on stage. Not to go. So I would say go back and watch that one, everybody. Joyride was so fun.
where
and
they can watch it.
beautiful.
Where?
Where did I
Amazon?
see it? Amazon.
Yeah, it's on it. It's on
Amazon.
whatever.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was great. But anyway, so let's talk about this special material that you've been collecting in the last 2 years?
Yeah.
2
Yeah.
years. Amazing. It's again, I agree with Jay. Such good stuff.
Texas Chainsaw, and you're like, what?
Yeah. Well, it's the joke is Texas Chainsaw Massacre is a great title.
Great title.
But after Texas and Chainsaw,
What
it kind of writes itself.
Right. What else could it be?
Yeah. It's like, Texas Chainsaw Bake Off. No one's
No, it's gonna-
that's it.
Yeah. Texas Chainsaw Dosey Do.
Not so
Which is
good.
Not.
But that's because that's one of those things. Texas, you put it in front of something and it sounds
Ominous. almost.
ominous. Yeah.
Yeah,
You put-
aggressive.
in the same way that if you put Tennessee in front of anything,
Yeah.
it becomes a sex move.
Right. The Tennessee two-step.
Yeah. Went home, saw the wife, tried a Tennessee car wash.
You hang on a
Did not
second.
work out.
She allowed that to happen.
No, she didn't. I didn't want her, and now I'm staying with my brother.
Stay with my brother for a couple days is my favorite line in that bit.
All right, it's unbelievable.
I love that I didn't hear that in that. Unbelievable special. Watch it. Watch it.
Name
Watch
of the
it.
Called
special is
Perfectly Normal.
Perfectly Normal. And where can people
It's on
catch it?
YouTube now.
YouTube. All right.
All right, let's get the views up, people. This is how people keep making specials and make money on them these days. This is what it is.
I love it.
Do go
Perfectly
see-
Normal. Dana Gould will keep pushing it throughout the show. got another dumb story.
Let's
Shall
do
we
it. Let's get into it.
All right. This is sent in by Robert Goulet burner account.
Thank you.
at the real C Hayes 9. Okay, so you ready?
Mm-hmm.
And a woman, and we're going to guess her age later, arrested after police say she threw, quote, first date brick through ex-husband's window.
First date brick.
First date brick.
So she was on a first date with someone else?
And threw a brick through her ex-husband's window.
Oh, well, at least she's not.
Honey, let's.
No more. Doesn't have
Can we
feelings
stop
anymore.
here before we go to the restaurant?
I just need to do something really quick.
A woman is.
Wait, isn't there a term called bricked up, Dan?
Yeah, it just means you have a hard on.
You have a bone.
First
boner.
date brick also sounds like something
Sexual.
involving your colon.
Right. No, but bricked up. When someone says I'm bricked up, that means
Yeah,
you're
it means you're
hard.
turned on.
You're turned on.
Right. Yeah.
She was bricked up.
She really was.
She
Or,
got
or
bricked
you're
up.
in the Fantastic Four.
That's right.
Perfect.
I mean, that guy.
Ben Grimm.
He was bricked up all the time. All right. A woman has been arrested after police say they caught her on camera throwing a, quote, first date brick through the window of her
Why do
ex-husband's
they keep calling it that?
Florida home. It's
First
a first
date
date
brick.
brick.
Oh, what? Where was the home?
Florida home.
Huh? Florida.
Interesting.
On Tuesday, January 28th, the Lee County Sheriff's Office shared footage on Facebook, of course. Where else are they going to share it? Showing Sabrina Coyne appearing to launch.
I hope that's what it says.
The construction material at a Bonita Springs property. Officers posted the doorbell camera
Not
photo.
Bonita Springs.
Everybody has the doorbell ring thing dated 4 days prior with Rick Ross maybe, and Shaggy's 2000 hit "It Wasn't Me" playing in the background. So now the police are now adding music to the things they're doing.
Right.
There's now editing involved, and
They're like, let me show you this video of this woman throwing a brick. I think it's good, but it needs music.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, it's funny, but like,
Just
can
me,
we add some stuff?
I don't think
to it?
any police announcement should end with the CapCut logo.
Right, exactly. Beep, bump.
Yeah.
All right, a woman is behind bars throwing a first date brick, and they keep calling a first date brick behind the throw a Bonita Springs residence window. Well, again, date brick. I don't understand.
Or just a brick.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
threw a brick.
brick.
Deputies located Sabrina Coyne outside the residence after the homeowner says they woke up to a loud crash and banging on the front door. Coyne was arrested for a criminal mischief and throwing a deadly missile. Is that really a deadly missile? Because a brick will go through the window, and it's not good if a brick goes through the window.
Yeah, I mean, if
but
there's a kid nearby or something,
could
with
kill a
glass
kid.
and
yes, throwing a deadly missile into an occupied dwelling. I didn't realize that was actually a thing.
What?
I know
Throwing
you're
a
not
dead-
allowed to throw a deadly missile into an occupied dwelling, but
Sure.
that's what they call it. Suspect was released on January 26th, posting how much bond? How much did she get released on?
Ooh.
Oh, she'd have to have it too.
What do you think?
Shit, at least
$7,000.
Okay.
I say $7,000.
I'll go $3,000 bond.
Dana, what do you think?
I'll go 5.
One of you is exactly right.
Ooh, I'm gonna keep mine.
Keep
I'll
yours.
stay
Keep
with
yours.
me.
Keep yours. All right. She was released on $5,000.
Hey,
there you go.
look at that.
Dang it.
Wow.
Actually,
But she only needs 500 for that. Right?
Yeah, but she gets a bail bond. Yeah.
right. In the video footage shared by the police, an officer can be heard confronting the woman, saying, "What's going on? You're the one banging on here." "Yeah, I'm trying to get in touch with my ex-husband," she responded, insisting, "I banged on the door because he wouldn't let me in."
This is how you're trying to get in touch?
Sounds like you're in touch.
Yeah.
What other options
Sounds like he's
have
hearing you perfectly.
What other options have you tried that you're like
Was
door
the date
bang-
with her? Because it's first date. Is the date like we met on Bumble?
I
I
can't
like it because she
control it.
reaches out first to me.
Yeah,
I like long walks on the beach.
She
throwing
throws
bricks.
a brick through my reticence to engage with people.
That is the Melissa Etheridge song.
Come throw a brick through my window.
All right. Do you live here? The officer questioned as a suspect said.
This is cop rhetorical question time.
Do you live here?
They know
Right.
the answer to
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
they're asking. you.
Okay, sir, right now I'm going to ask you this question, sir, right now.
Do you live here? And she's like, yes. And then on the police video, the word wrong apparently added by the police.
Wait,
flash
she
on
said
screen.
yes?
She said
Said
yes.
yes, she lives there.
Oh,
Like, so she could have used to live there, I suppose, if it's her ex.
Now she becomes like a 6-year-old. Did you launch anything in there? And the officer asked, no. Before the camera cuts to the footage of her throwing
Throwing
the
a
brick.
thing.
That
Right.
is pretty funny. Whoever's editing this, I
Sure,
gotta
yeah.
agree.
Nice.
I didn't break the window. I did not break the window, she said. I didn't. And like, you know, when someone offers too much information, I did not break the window by throwing the glass in there, or throwing the brick in there.
No one mentioned a brick.
No,
you're
the only one.
You're
who mentioned
adding
brick.
too many details.
Right.
When a cop pulls up, the first person to yell, "Nobody called you."
Yeah.
That's who you need to talk to.
Nobody called.
That's right.
That's who you.
Officer.
That's who you're going to be spending the rest of your night with.
Yeah,
That's who you
really
immediately
get them out.
Okay, here's our person of interest. Officer.
You can't smell vodka. What?
Nobody said anything about vodka. Officer, I did not.
I
break
said
the
no
window.
to that weed. What?
The video shows a commemorative brick. A commemorative brick.
Like outside of Wrigley Field,
I don't know, a Civil War brick.
Uncle John's inscription and
fine
birth date on
Peter,
there.
a
January-
Robert E.
it's
Lee
a January 6th brick.
Yeah.
With the date June 14th, 2020. Does anybody know what happened on June 14th?
No, none of us were doing anything. That was like the
Yeah,
height of
the
like George
pandemic,
Floyd and
Yeah.
Oh, yeah? Seemingly referencing the couple's first date. So he
Oh, my
got
God.
her a brick.
well, it was Florida in June, so by then they were done with
Yeah,
the
they were
pandemic.
done. They
yeah,
were
that was
over.
they were
That's
over.
That was our song, Ben Folds, Brick. She's a brick and I'm drowning slowly.
So he apparently bought her a brick with the date of their
Sure.
first date on there, June 14th. And
Oh,
she's
so
like,
that's why.
it was a first date
First
brick.
Oh,
date
it was
brick.
a
First date
First
brick.
date brick. It's a
Brick.
first date brick.
She was not on a first date.
No, she just threw the first date brick through the window.
But I love how they just said that like we all know what a first date
You know,
brick-
a first date
You know
brick.
when you go on a first date and then
you
you want to
bring a
commemorate
brick.
it with a brick. Oh.
Well, first date is brick. First year is
I mean,
paper.
to be honest,
25
we've all
is
written scripts.
silver.
This is a pretty fucking good plant and payoff.
Oh my God!
Like
it is.
the brick he
Yep.
gives her on their
mean-
first date ends up being what she uses to break into his home.
This could be a J-Lo
after
Matthew
he,
McConaughey
after
movie.
he broke out of her heart.
Called Brick by Brick.
Brick by brick. All right. So an LSCO spokesperson said the police had no additional updates and was contacted by people, but the police didn't confirm the victim's name. So they're not going to tell the guy's name. But this,
Sure.
I mean, I'm assuming they're broken up now.
Yeah, X.
Well, he wasn't answering the door.
No.
And he knew it was her.
And if you are dating this person, she definitely got the brick really early on before he knew who this person was.
Sure.
Because I would
Or
not,
at least at the latest 1 year anniversary.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I would not give this person something that they could launch through our
I
website.
mean,
Right.
Florida's so relieved people aren't doing like first date guns anymore.
Yeah.
They're
Right.
just
First
so-
date. Yeah. It's like, I got you this first date AK.
Here's your
Yeah.
first date Molotov cocktail. Light the short end.
I mean, but also commemorating a first date is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Don't you
Here's a
think?
sword. I'm really eager to meet you.
It's got our date of our first, and
It's
I
a
hope
first
this
date
works out.
katana.
I really hope this works out.
Right.
I
I
mean,
mean,
if-
people who do all that stuff, I'm always like, the longer you're together, the less anniversaries you need.
Right.
We don't need our first date, our first kiss. No, it's married.
Married.
Yeah,
right.
we're done.
That takes it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That takes
You
over.
won.
Right.
Right. You got it. You got it.
Hopefully you both
got
won.
her.
Yeah.
Unless you're this
I
guy.
would say in
who-
this scenario she won, but
she won. I mean, now what do you do? I mean, I guess just she's not allowed to pick. That's the problem with it being a brick. Because if you see her with anything in her hands, she's not allowed to
here's
hold
the thing.
anything
She
anymore.
was probably drunk.
She was
I
definitely
think
drunk.
We all agree. She, through tears, wants that brick back.
She does want it back. Sky, I need that brick back. Give me that brick. All
Hey.
I ask.
I'll go to jail if you just give me that brick
I
back.
Just
just
calling
had this
again.
flash of Judge Wapner going, and now you want the brick back?
It's my brick.
Yeah,
It's my
yes.
brick.
Yeah, that's even
All right, let's.
Yes.
It's
Let's.
to lean into the microphone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
We want you to
yes,
have it.
yes.
How old do you think this woman is? We'll get out of here on this.
Oh.
78.
7.
I want her to be 7.
She's literally 2 feet from the thing, and when she throws it.
29 years older than Geechee.
I'm gonna go
Guy.
27. I think that they were 22 when they started dating. The first date.
27. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you?
36.
36. All right, and you said 78.
Not serious.
Get your. Then
You-
what do
you
you think
never
it
know.
is? Seriously.
I was going to say about 28, 29.
Okay. All right, get your answers in town. Is because this woman who threw a first date brick again, throwing that term around like we all know.
Like we all know what a
Right, yeah.
first
We
date
all know it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, first date brick.
First date break.
I mean, we all thought she was on a first date and picked
Yeah,
up
at
a
any
brick.
point
and
in the
then threw
first
it.
4 sentences, they could have said, which is a brick commemorating that first
Commemorative
date.
brick
Just a random.
Commemorative brick.
is something that I would not even know what that is.
I would have thought the the
Brick
the pavers outside of Wrigley, or they do it at Disney too.
Yes,
Yeah.
they get a commemorative Disney brick.
Yeah.
Maybe they got this at Disney. This
probably right.
woman is 34 years old.
Oh,
Very,
I
very,
knew.
very
I knew where
nice.
she was. She's on the edge of baby making.
She's
years.
on the edge. All right, Dan, you got the last story. We're going
I
to find out
do.
what you have going on so
I
people
do.
can see it.
Once this woman does get married, within a month, the cops are coming to her house. She's behind a screen door saying, "He says I got a mouth on me."
Where is he?
He's living with his sister.
All right.
Coming up, we have Stolen Valor for the dumbest reasons.
I love it. All right, Dana Gould's with us. It's Dumb People Town. Don't go anywhere.
Speaking of stolen valor,
Speaking of
know.
Stolen Valor.
you set your
That's
house
my
on
album.
fire. Not all of it.
That's my album, Borrowed Valor.
Borrowed Valor. I'm going to give it back.
It's Geechee's teeth.
Geechee's teeth.
We're done.
That's the name of your
Still
next
more
album.
records.
All right, whenever you're ready.
What was his name? Robert Michael Cath.
Michael Cathers.
Michael Paul Cather.
Michael Paul.
NPC.
Michael.
I do want to see what he looked like at 59.
That's right. Me too. All right, Jay, we'll get it. All right, guys, welcome back to the show. Dana Gould is with us. He's got a
Hey.
brand new special out. You can see it on YouTube.
It is called,
Perfectly
once
Normal.
again,
Perfectly Normal.
Perfectly normal.
Which I think is great, and it is a fantastic special. He's just one of the best stand-ups ever to do it. I will say ever to do it, certainly in our lifetime.
Kind.
No, it's
I would
true.
say in our lifetime. I mean, certainly like one of our favorite comics. There are people out there who do really well, and I say to myself, I understand it, I get it, it's not making me laugh. Then there are people out there who just every single time I see them, I'm just in stitches the entire time.
delight.
This gentleman,
Very
right here.
nice. You're very kind.
Facts.
I have those people.
Daniel, before we jump into the story,
Yeah.
how can people see you and catch you? and all that
Watch
stuff?
my special Rose Gold. We're over 100,000 views. So thank you everybody for that. And then you can watch that on YouTube. Obviously, One Club's a fun movie. Go to danielvankirk.com. March 28th and 29th, I'll be in Denver. I'll be in Chicago doing a run of just local Chicago shows. One of my friends there who runs a lot of shows is like, could you come out and do some shows? So I'm doing Comedians You Should Know, Brews and Movies, and Blackout Diaries. That's the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th of April. And then I'll be at the Laughing Tap, April 11th and 12th.
Great place.
Milwaukee.
I love it. I love
So
it there.
good.
And then May 23rd, I'm going to be my first time. I'm going to Janesville, Wisconsin, to the Comedy Cabin. So come out to those. Everything's at danielvankirk.com, and I'm going back to Louisville, Green Lake, New Orleans, Cohasset, Mass. I'll be out there as well.
Nice.
So-
There are. It's interesting too because Wisconsin has a lot of tragedy cabins,
Yes.
but only one
Comedy cabin. Yeah, this
I
is
know.
Has hundreds of thousands of tragedy cabins.
comedy cabins equal tragedy cabins plus time cabins.
That's great.
You need a time cabin attached to it.
I'm pumped
All right,
to
so
there.
go see Dan in Denver the 28th, 29th, right?
Yeah.
And then Dan's going to send you to come see us like a week later.
100%.
there you go.
DanielVanKirk.com. All right, you ready?
Yeah,
Sent in
yes.
by Kyle Speecher at TV Kyle. Thanks, Kyle. Love you, dude.
Thanks, buddy.
Here's the headline. Fake DEA agent busted while trying to get fast food discount.
I mean, it's.
If you're going to steal valor,
I know.
at least
get
like,
a steak.
drive on the
somewhere.
shoulder.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Or like board the plane earlier.
Show up.
So he just had the hat. That's all he had was
He has a
DEA
DEA hat. Guys,
Maybe
we're-
the jacket.
Can we hurry this up? I've
Right.
got to get to a bus.
Right.
He walks in with like one of the things that you like the door.
Yeah.
You knock the door
Yeah.
down with
Oh, yeah.
one of those.
The battering rams.
Is that the Drug Enforcement Agency?
Yes.
So
you
he
mean the fucking nerds?
so he's trying to use that to get free fast food.
Yeah.
Or discounted fast food.
Now I'm going to ask you guys just for fun.
Where did he do?
What fast food?
Taco Bell.
That's your guy.
Yep.
I knew one of you.
Taco
I
Bell.
thought it'd be him because of Liev.
Taco Bell.
Okay, Randy says Taco Bell.
I went right to Mickey D's.
Okay.
Like literally the first thing that came to my mind was Hardee's.
Right.
So I'm just going to go
Hardee's, which is
Wow.
also Carl's Jr., right?
Yes,
Let's-
yes,
okay.
Hardee's is like the Braniff of fast food restaurants.
I once was on tour, and I might have told this story years ago, but I was on tour, and the person at Chipotle just thought I was a cop.
Yeah.
So he gave you.
Yeah, and I
Yeah,
was like,
just-
"Oh, I'm not a cop," and they're like,
Take
"They're
it.
like, no, it's fine, man."
Go
for it,
And I was like, and
Thank you
it
for your
says on
service.
the receipt, and I was like,
Thank you for your service.
Yeah, and I was like, no, it's all right. And they're like, look, if I have to undo this, then I got to get my
Yeah,
manager.
it became a thing of
and then I'm like, well, yeah, but I'm then getting half off of
right,
this.
Right. I feel bad that I'm getting this.
Right. And he's like, well, sometimes we don't give it to cops, so it evens out.
What?
I'm like, yeah, but
Don't
then
tell
I'm
me
not,
that.
Yeah, but then now I'm so. Yeah,
You had a cop.
I don't want to be a
Chipotle.
part of the evening out
I know.
of the cop discount.
all right, Bunnell, Florida. Never heard of that place.
Bunnell?
We've been all over Florida for the years of doing this show.
It's
Bunnell.
it's the bun.
Bunnell sounds like when the funnel that goes into your ass when you butt chug
Yes, it
beer.
does.
Get the bunnel and
His
lay down
pants
on
are
your
down.
stomach.
His pants are
Lay him down
Get
on
the
his
bunnel.
stomach and get the
On
bunnel.
quiet nights, you can hear a fraternity yelling.
All
Bunnell.
Bunnell action.
Yeah.
the quiet gurgle of a
Yeah.
Of a repeating
of a
Bunnell.
bunnel going down.
Bunnell, Florida.
You know, in Australia, the bunnels go the opposite.
Sure,
way.
of course.
They do.
They roll the opposite way.
A man is trying to get a discount. A man trying to get a discount on his fast food order is accused of impersonating a DEA agent, according to Bunnell Police.
Did he flash a badge? Did he have a hat?
David Stover, cop name.
Dave Stover,
Yeah.
He's lead investigator Dave Stover said, "We've exhausted all lanes. We've exhausted all possibilities."
Dave Stover was arrested Monday at 2570 Commerce Parkway. You can add that to the Dumb People Town walking tour at Wendy's. Yeah, Wendy's.
He wanted a
pretzel.
square burger.
Have
Wanted
you
a
had the
baked
pub
potato.
burger, Dan, there? The pretzel bread burger?
No,
there?
but I do believe Wendy's is a very good quality fast food. Like, their burger does taste very good in terms of, like, where else are we going to go at 2 o'clock in the morning on our way
Fair.
to this next
That's
show?
Fair.
But yeah, he's in a Wendy's. Maybe he just wanted a baked potato. Do you remember the baked potato bar at Wendy's?
Yes,
Wendy's.
I do.
A bar.
I do.
They had a full-on serve-yourself baked potato.
I mean,
all
as
the
kids,
fixins.
we'd go to like Ponderosa as kids,
Ponderosa
and
was
there'd
the
be like
best.
the
Yeah.
food bars at those places.
Yes.
We love them.
Yeah.
Could not have been healthy at all.
No, that's not what you're there for. So they're called to the Wendy's. Officer said Stover was demanding a law enforcement discount and started threatening to report staff to corporate for not giving it to him.
Corporate.
Corporate.
So that is the I'm calling your bluff.
Yeah.
I'll call corporate on you. I will call corporate
According
on
to
you.
police, Stover was a regular at the Wendy's for the past 2 years.
And had never mentioned it.
Never
Right.
mentioned it.
Worker said he used to get a discount at the restaurant because he had a friend who was a cashier there, according to the restaurant report. But when that worker left the job, Stover started claiming he was a law enforcement officer. So he had a greasy wheel,
Yeah, he had
Yeah.
the
and
friend
that
discount.
guy left, and
Right.
now he's thinking, how do I keep getting an extra Whopper?
No, he's
That
thinking,
burger
I
can't
too.
fly coach again.
I can't pay full price for this.
I can't
Yeah.
fly coach again. I've been up to first class
Right.
because of
seen
the-
it.
He's
and
probably
I'm-
getting slid a Dave's Jr. on the side,
Sure.
and now that guy's gone, so he's like, I got to come up with something.
He's getting a
here.
Frosty just
Yes.
because.
Yes. So he starts claiming he was a law enforcement officer. Dude, you've been going there for 2 years.
You pick
Yeah.
a
If
different
you
one.
are a regular,
Pick a
anywhere,
different one.
let alone a fast food restaurant, they've heard you talk about yourself. You've had conversations with your friend.
Right.
You've come in high. You're not a DEA guy. They've watched you do drugs in the parking
I'm
lot.
deep undercover. I'm deep undercover.
I mentioned I'm a judge?
No.
I
You've
forgot.
literally never mentioned
My
that.
robe is at the cleaners.
The manager at the store told investigators that Stover would often tell workers he was an undercover DEA agent.
Okay,
And-
that's the first rule of being a DA. Not being an undercover.
I'm an what is 3 words that an undercover agent never says?
I'm an undercover
agent.
Yes.
Well, the first people you want to tell are people who work at a fast food restaurant.
Yes.
Well, after I was a federal agent, I dated a woman whose family was part of the Chicago outfit.
No way.
And she told me that her family was convinced that I was undercover trying to infiltrate their family.
By dating her.
And yes, and I said, why would I have told you
That
that
I
I was a former federal agent?
Because
And then she said, wouldn't that be a great way? And then I was like, we can't date.
we
anymore.
can't date
now
anymore.
we're through the looking
Yeah,
glass.
I'm not going. Here's how much I'm not undercover. We're breaking.
Yeah,
Right. Right.
I'm never going to infiltrate your family.
Or you.
Or you, for that matter.
I'm just trying to infiltrate.
Neither of us are going
I'll
undercover.
never
We're
tell-
not going
go
undercovers. None of us.
Perfect.
Ever. That's not
The
happening.
manager at the store told investigators Stover would tell workers he was a DEA agent, would occasionally flash a badge when asked for proof. That's the other thing. If you're undercover, you don't have a badge on you.
Yeah.
No.
Go watch The Departed. Donnie Brasco.
His car had a bumper sticker that said, "Ask me about being an undercover agent."
Investigators said Stover denied ever claiming he was a DEA agent. However, he did admit to carrying a concealed carry permit badge, which he claimed he showed the employees because they asked to see it.
If you ask, I gotta show it.
I mean, that's
his license plate.
rule number one of being an undercover
His license plate is UNDRCVR.
Yeah, that's so funny. Stover faces a charge of impersonating a law enforcement officer. We'll get out of here on this. Story number 3, the wonderful Dana Gould joined us.
Perfectly normal.
Perfectly normal.
Perfectly normal. Watch it on
Special
YouTube.
on YouTube.
Supersklars.com, DanielVanKirk.com. How old is David Stover?
Oof. What do you think, Dana?
What's your vibe? He had a friend who worked there.
32.
Okay.
32? I think
He
he's
does have a concealed carry badge.
49.
Okay.
41.
41. David Stover is 57 years old.
Oh my Lord!
He kind of looks like a DEA agent.
That's a guy. If you're that age and you need
This is the badge he would flash.
Concealed
That looks
weapons
real.
badge. That looks
Well,
real.
it is a real concealed carry
But
permit.
it doesn't say Drug Enforcement Agency.
No, not at all. Well, that's the flash.
Captain Crunch.
Yeah. All right, that's a show, Fred.
Hey.
Mike's porn barn rental captain.
They put this on me when I went to Dick's Last Resort. I just sort of been using it ever since.
Yeah, it's great. Flash it quick enough.
Because
no
I'm
one
the
can read
chief
it.
asshole. That's
Yeah.
what it says.
Go watch Perfectly Normal.
That is
You
it,
have
guys.
to.
We love you. Thanks for joining us on this episode of Dumb People Town. And oh, snap, we got to get back to work. We'll see you.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.